Hello, this is Duane The Success King, and I am so absolutely glad to be with you again on today. Well, today I want to share with you how critical and important your heart is. Success comes from your heart, but there's only 3 ways to get something in your heart. And today, that's what we're going to be talking about. Listen, I want you to do me a favor if you would. Subscribe to this channel and click that bell so that you'll know every time we're putting up this great content just like this to help you be so successful. Now, today I want to make it clear the reason why so many people cannot get to the place of success is that we haven't figured out that success really comes from your heart. It comes from inside you. We can call it your subconscious, but the reality is it's coming from you, and there's only 3 ways to get something in there. So if I'm going to have success come flowing out of me, and there's only 3 ways to get something in me, I need to really understand these 3 ways and make sure I'm setting myself up to be a person who can be successful. So let's look at these 3 things. So the first way to get something in is you have to see it. I want you to understand that it is critically important to understand what it is you are focused on, what you've been seeing consistently throughout your lifetime. I'll give you a quick example. So look at baseball, and I'm a Pittsburgh Pirates fan. There was a time in the 1990s that a man by the name of Barry Bonds played baseball for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Well, Barry Bonds grew up around the baseball field and the dugout and the locker room because his father, Bobby Bonds, was also an outfielder and played baseball. So he constantly saw the game. He saw his father playing it. And because he was constantly taking it in, it was natural that it was in him. I also watch wrestling. Maybe some of you say, well, that's just fake, whatever. It's something that I've watched. There was and is a guy in wrestling right now who is recently was the champion in the WWE. His name is Cody Rhodes. Well, Cody Rhodes grew up with his father, Dusty Rhodes, always being in the ring. So Cody saw his dad constantly in the ring, constantly doing what a wrestler would do. The man who owned the WWE for a long time, Vince McMahon, was the chairman and the owner of the WWE, grew up watching his father be the owner of the WWF that he eventually stepped in to do the exact same thing he saw his father doing. I want you to understand that when you see something consistently and you focus on it, it has a way of getting inside. So often, the reason why people have a hard time mounting success is because they simply have not seen it. It's not been the natural thing for them. And so the natural thing that you have to do when you have not seen it and you haven't been able to focus on it is to find it and then focus on it. Find someone that you're seeing walk out success in an area that appeals to you, and then connect to what you see and watch how it will enter your heart that success in that lane is doable. You will start taking cues and pick up things that are going to be beneficial to you, but it's got to get in your heart, and the first way it gets in there is you got to see it. Now, the second way a thing gets inside is you have to hear it. This is the other thing that is dangerous. The examples that I just gave, if those children were listening to their parents, who are their examples, they were hearing them talk. They were talking baseball. They were talking wrestling from an ownership position. They were talking wrestling from a wrestler's position. And there's so many examples of people who have seen their parents perform in a certain way and therefore talk in a certain way, use a certain language, that it became something that got inside. I want you to know today that what you are trying to manifest, you have first got to make sure you've been hearing it. It's got to get inside. So you have to be hearing it. You have to set yourself in front of videos and get in classes and sign up and read books, because you've got to hear this thing. You've got to let it get inside you. Often, many people who do not succeed fail to realize that what they've been hearing is negativity. They've been hearing people talk about what can't be done and how you can't do it if you come from here, and you can't do it if you're not of this race or that thing or whatever it might be. You can be hearing this constant drumbeat that gets in your heart and begins to pollute your inner life, making it impossible for you to succeed. That's the second way. The third and final way that something gets inside is you have to speak it. Now, this is critical because I want you to really hear this today. Most people may not realize this, but what you speak is impacted by what you see and what you hear. So what you hear people constantly talking about, if you could just walk in a room with them and just listen to them for 15 hours, what's going to be heavy in their conversation is going to be what they've been seeing and hearing. So what I'm suggesting to you today, since talking is a good way to get something in your own heart, you've got to make sure that you're seeing and hearing properly so that what you are speaking literally aligns itself with what you are trying to see manifest in your life. I promise you this, there is no possible way you will be successful at whatever you are trying to do right now to the degree that you could do it unless you see it, hear it, and speak it. And understand this, your speaking is going to be impacted by what you are seeing and hearing. So if you want to be like Charlotte Flair, who was one of the best women's wrestlers of all time, you've got to see your father wrestling, you've got to hear him talking about it, and then you've got to talk this thing for yourself so that you hear yourself talking about what you are going to do in that industry. This way, it begins to get in you before you ever even arrive at the arena. Before you ever get the opportunity, something in you begins to awaken and come alive. I am convinced many people watching me today or watching this in a replay or whenever you see this, your only problem has been you haven't seen it, or you haven't heard it, or you haven't been speaking it. And so I'm suggesting to you today, get committed to the process of getting what you want to accomplish inside. You don't have to fix the outside. I guarantee you the outside is going to absolutely get correct once the inside gets correct. So again, the process is I need to get the vision in me. And the way it gets in me is that I've got to see it, I've got to hear it, and I've got to speak it. And I'm going to be deliberate about putting it in front of my eyes, putting it in my ears, and putting it in my mouth. What is it that you want to see yourself do? You want to become? Well, you've got to see it, you've got to hear it, you've got to speak it. Listen, I hope this has been beneficial for you. If you are an entrepreneur and you would love to see these things come to play in your life in a powerful and effective way, I challenge you to go into the links in the description for this video and let's get a one-on-one consult, and I want to see you step up. There's also great resources there in the description for this video, free resources and others that are going to help you move forward in what you're trying to accomplish in life. Well, I want you to be blessed and have an absolutely awesome rest of the day. I look forward to talking to you again real soon. Be blessed.